Good morning, meteorologist Bob Camfriet with today's tropical update for Wednesday, October 26, 2011. Well, all the talk is still about Hurricane Rina down here in the Western Caribbean. As of the 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time advisory, we have maximum sustained winds at 110, still a Category 2 hurricane. Slow movement west at 4, 17.6 north, 85.3 west. So here's our current location right here. Still a slow west movement. Starting to see some signs that this may start turning off to the west, northwest, and northwest today. I'll show you that on the satellite loops in a minute here. Here's the official forecast track by the National Hurricane Center. Still predicting this will become a major hurricane today. That's to be seen whether that'll happen or not. Really not sure about that at this moment. But in any event, the main focus for impact will be across this eastern Yucatan Peninsula here, the Cancun, Cozumel area. Should start affecting them. It's going to be more a Thursday night, Friday morning event for these guys up in here. So be prepared. Category 2 or 3 storm approaching your area. More like a Category 2 probably, but still a very potent storm headed your way. Obviously, if you had travel plans down in this way, they've probably been changed by now. So definitely that's going to be major impact here along the hurricane warned area here in red. After that, as you could see, it's going to come off the Yucatan. Now, depending on how far west it goes, it could just come way far west and really die over the Yucatan, because shear is going to be very strong up in here and never even make it that far east at all. Just die down in here. Maybe even make a little loop. Or another probably more likely is it's going to come off the Yucatan here as a weakening system getting sheared, and in my track where it's been basically all along would be a weakening system moving east and maybe even bending a little southeast, maybe dying over in this area, maybe scooting this way a little bit and weakening. Highly doubt this gets all the way up north. Never really bought into that fact anyway. Would have to be a really strong system to get pushed up towards Florida here, and that's still looking highly unlikely. And I'll show you where the models are with that today. So again, Florida, again, if you're living in the Keys, I would continue to watch this one carefully. If it would affect you, it would be a weakening system and more likely a tropical storm, but I still think it's going to slide south of the Keys. And again, the main impacts will be enhanced rainfall here across the Keys and extreme South Florida come Friday, Saturday, and through the weekend. But I still believe Rina is going to track well south of you guys. So that's where I'm at today. But again, if you're in the cone, watch out. And again, my major watch would be for the Keys just to make sure. So that's where we are today with the track and everything. Let's look at the satellite loop this morning. You see Rina still a very formidable hurricane. Looks like some of this southerly shear might be getting into this system a little bit. See, the hurricane hunters have shown that the southern eye wall is open. You can see it's kind of gotten eaten away here to the south. So a little bit of southerly shear. You can see convection starting to try to make a comeback here on the northwest side. Excuse me. Also, if you notice here to the northwest here, convection is starting to get eaten away a little bit as well. So maybe some of the stronger shear, maybe a little bit of drier air starting to get in here, but the core still remains solid. So, and I'm just saying this because this will depend on whether it becomes a major hurricane or not. This isn't going to fall apart today by no means. So if you're living here across the Yucatan, please, again, stay. This is going to be a hurricane coming your way, but just showing you that this may not become a major today, and it may never, but we'll have to see what happens today. So again, the core is there, just not looking at that impressive to become a major hurricane at the moment. I'm looking at the water vapor loop of Gulf of Mexico, and you can see the high is starting to retreat here over the southeast. If you look at these clouds right in the Yucatan Channel here, starting to make more of a push to the north. So you will see Rina starting to make that turn today and then start moving towards the Yucatan Peninsula. So it's coming. You can see it's starting to change now here. And again, high shear up in this area here. That's just going to crush this system once it gets up in this area. The bigger picture here, water vapor loop, you could see here's our big trough here. That's going to be progressing eastward. That's eventually going to give Rina that little more of a push to the north. And then again, if it was a strong system, this trough would propel it across Florida. But that's not looking likely, and what's going to happen is it's going to move in the low level flow and weaken and move more off to the east, and again could even sink a little southeast. That's where I'm at right now. Wind shear today, again, there's some of that southerly shear still affecting Rina. Not a lot, but maybe just enough. Like I said, if we want to know if this is going to become a major hurricane or not today, these are the little things we have to look at. And then, of course, as we all know, there's that higher shear awaiting Rina's demise once it gets up in this area here. Tracking it today, this is the steering product here by Sims, and you could see that high pressure is starting to lose its grip here, and this is going to be that little avenue to push it up towards the Yucatan, and I expect that turn to start happening today sometime. Alright, model runs. We're going to use Clark Evans' product today. This is 6Z. These are the new model runs here, and you can see most of the models are grouped down in here as a weakening system, a dying system. Just a couple models across Florida here. But again, the majority are still down in here, keeping it down in the northwestern Caribbean and then across Cuba here. This is the current 6Z GFS. And you saw the GFS yesterday made that one little model switch up to Florida. Everybody got a little excited there. But it's come back now. And again, we have much better data in these models today, starting with 0Z, as we had the G4 airplane out there yesterday sampling the upper air data here. So these models should be better today, let's hope. But we have seen more consensus today, that's definitely for sure. So again, GFS really, again, bringing it to the Yucatan and then really weakening it as we'll put this back into motion here. You can see it approaching the Yucatan and then coming up and then really weakening, dying out, that east and southeast and south, and then goodbye. The GFS is much different next week too. As you can see, it actually drives this cold front through Florida as it develops a little low pressure along the front here east of Florida and pushes it out. Much drier. As you'll see, the Euro is much wetter for Florida next week. And here's the Euro model. Again, it's been about the same with Rina, bringing it across the Yucatan and killing it. And then I was showing you next week, and we'll show here by Monday night, Tuesday, develops low pressure in the Gulf. Not going to be tropical, and much more rainfall here across the southeast for next week than the GFS. So major model differences there. What else do we expect? Both of these models have been running so crazy lately. Canadian, same thing. Rina dies over the Yucatan. No changes there with the Canadian. HWRF, the last few model runs have killed it over the Yucatan as well. And then our only outlier right now is our GFDL model. And this is the latest 6Z, which brings a weakening system across South Florida. Again, the outlier right now. Don't think this is going to happen currently. Again, I think it's going to stay down here to the south and weaken. So that's really our only big model right now, bringing it across Florida. And then looking at the bigger picture, everybody wants to know, well, what about this guy down here, Invest 97L? Again, a wait and see right now. Still not getting its spin on. It's been pretty disorganized area of thunderstorms, and again, we'll have to see. Not much model really consistency right now in developing this system. But again, once it gets in the Western Caribbean here, once Rina's out of the way, maybe will develop. So we'll continue to watch that pretty carefully. Well, that's it for today. Again, I will have another update for you guys tomorrow morning. Have a great day. It's Robert, ACANFRIO, if you want to follow me on Facebook, and then it's weatherbunker.com for all your latest weather information. Have a good day.